What's the word, bird? And we back with another video. So yeah, for those that don't know me, my name is Maxine. And you can follow me at my socials here. But we back with another segment of What's It Giving? And today we are doing Just Right. Now, it's going to be a little different because honestly, I love this movie. Like, I watch it quite frequently, actually. And it's kind of like my go-to, like, feel better movie. Like, when I need to, like, feel better, I'll throw that on as background noise. And it just kind of gets me hyped. Like, yeah, talk your stuff, you know? So, yeah, we're just going to get right into it. So, I got my notes. I know me. Always got my notes. So, I actually have it kind of organized today. Okay, Maxine with the organization, period. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about what I like about the movie and what I don't really like about the movie, because the movie does have its flaws, baby. Make no mistake, it was still giving. These people are bold, but Leslie, that's my dog, realest one in the movie. I was with her 100% all the way. She was making some dumb mistakes, but we're gonna get into it. We're gonna first talk about her parents. So, why was her mom so against her being happy? Like, she was so against her being happy. It was really a problem. Oh, before I forget, can't forget to honorably mention my nice wine. These cups are so cute. They're silicone, and then my glass straw, you know, save the planet. But yes, so her mom, mainly her mom, was just not accepting her for her. Like, she really was just trying to change her the whole time, and it was just giving, stop that. The dad was like, you are great, but he wasn't even speaking up enough for me. Like, I feel like he could have been more like, y'all need to leave my daughter alone. You know, he could have been speaking up, like, especially to the wife, like, stop talking to her like that, period. Because one thing about me, I'm going to give you you being weird. She's fine. You know what I mean? So, one instance when the mom was being super weird, the mom was like, mind you, she got invited to the basketball game by her god sister. And so she's a avid basketball watcher. Like, she's a fan. She been a fan for many years. Gonna always be a fan. She be in it. She be in the basketball scene. You know, she know the stats. She's in there. So she's dressed with her jersey and her jeans. She ready for the game, which is giving game attire. That's giving normal game attire. Her mom's gonna say, how you gonna get a man dressed like that? Baby, what you mean, how am I gonna? I'm dressed according to the occasion. When it called for her to be dressed up, she was dressed up. But when it called for her to be chill, she was cooling. Regular stuff. Mind you, her god sister come downstairs and her mom like, see, this is how you need to dress. She has on a full-blown dress and heels. Now, how you getting up and down the bleachers, babes? How? How you gonna do that? And mind you, like I said, the dad doesn't say anything. He just like, he look great to her. How about, why would she wear a dress to a game? How about she's comfortable? You know what I mean? I just feel like there was more that the dad could have did. Like, he wasn't a bad guy, but he was letting too much slide for me. Like, it wasn't given what was supposed to have been gave, honestly. So after all of that, now we can cut to the god sister. We're gonna be back to the mama because she's not done. She's not done being rude. Honestly, that's what she is, rude and bold. So yeah, we're gonna cut back to the mama towards the end. But now we can cut to the god sister. This girl, she has no job. She's living at Leslie's house in her guest room for free. Free. And her car just got repossessed and she's not actively looking for a job. She's spending her free time making boards on how to catch a man. Catch a man. With the right bait, you can catch a man. That's what she says. So you're telling me you have time to sit around, cut out collages, and make boards, but you don't have time to apply to these jobs. She's talking about this is a full-time job. That's not paying, babes. You're not getting any money, honey. But you're making bills. You're making extra bills for me. For me. Which I find rather rude. Like, they're too old. She was like, she's about to be 30. Baby, Leslie was 35. We're too old, for one, to not be actively having money to pay our bills. Like, and then in that case, baby, you needed to go live with somebody else. Because I didn't sign up to be your mom or your dad. Like, that has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So, they go to the basketball game or whatever. The basketball game is free. I think they win. Do they win? I think they win. And so then the god sister meets up with her friends. And they're like, oh, we're going to an after party. You want to slide? And Leslie's like, girl, go to you. Because, baby, I don't want to go. That ain't her scene. And she's very true to herself. She know what she gonna do and what she ain't gonna do. And I like that. So she was like, you can go do yourself. Go do what you want to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and head home. She gotta work in the morning. Period. So she go to get gas on her way home or whatever. Lo and behold, who pulls up? Scott McKnight. And she helped him figure out how to open his gas tank. Mind you, why you don't know that? Like, am I the only person that when I get new stuff, I be Googling, I be looking up videos, I be reading the manuals, trying to figure out what, like, cool things it can do. Like, I want to know the ins and out of everything, you know? I want to know what it's giving because I want to get my money's worth. So you got some secret cool little things that I can do, I'm going to know about it. So I can feel like I haven't wasted my money. Honestly. Because I hate spending my money. Hate it. So yeah, she helps him figure out how to get his gas tank open or whatever. And then she starts talking to him about jazz music. Mind you, he's low-key kind of flirting at the gas station. First meet, invites her to his birthday party. Was it the next day? It was either the next day or like sometime during that week or whatever. So she goes home. First mistake she made. She goes home and the next morning she's talking to the god sister, and she invites the god sister to go to the party with her. Now, this is no shade to the god sister, but she wouldn't have been going with me, baby. This is a solo trip, honey, because for one, Leslie was already vibing with Scott, so it's just giving, I don't need you there. You know, she's already trying to find a man. And then when she's telling the god sister about the party, the god sister gonna have the nerve to say, you're not feeling him, are you? She did that with her neck. Excuse me? And if I am? What are you saying? If I am? I just felt like she said it in a very rude way. Like, you could never picture yourself with him, could you? You know that you would never get this man, don't you? I don't like that. Because, baby, I back them all. Period. So yeah, so she invites the god sister to the party. So they get ready for the party. And while they're getting ready for the party, mom is so excited. Her mom is so excited. So now we're back to the mama. Her mom is so excited. Leslie's mom. And she starts talking about this really heartfelt story about the grandma. These are her grandma's pearls. And woo. Instead of giving them to Leslie, whose grandma it really was, she gave them to the god sister. god sister's name. Hold on. Okay, so the god sister's name is Morgan. So she is getting ready with the mom or whatever, and she gives the freaking earrings to Morgan. First of all, and then Leslie's just sitting in the background like, this is super awkward because she was thinking she was getting those pearls, baby. But she did not get those pearls. The mom did not think about her at all. Rude. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? The mom is just giving out rude the whole entire movie. Like, if you don't like me, stop coming to my house. Because all this is happening in Leslie's house. And it's just like, stop coming to my house to disrespect me. Don't go out of your way to be rude. For what? So, yeah. So, she gave Morgan the earrings. And now they off to the party. And mind you, like I said, Morgan's car got repoed. So, they was about to have to drive Leslie's little hoopty jump that she got from her grandpa, and it has a little dent in the door. It's kind of hard to open, but she let her car because it was her grandpa's car, respectfully. And mind you, Morgan don't got no car, so she's talking about I really don't run a ride in your car. So the dad lets Leslie drive his he got a nice little car, you feel me? So he like, you can drive my car or whatever. So she's like, great, because I really didn't want to get in that car. Baby, you don't have a car. So beggars really cannot be choosers. You know what I mean? Like, just think about that. You don't have no car. How you judging me in my car when you don't have one? Make that make sense? It doesn't. It just really doesn't make sense to me. Like, very bold activity this whole movie. I feel like Morgan had very bold energy the whole entire movie. Like, who did she think she was? We ain't even got to the nitty and the gritty yet, baby. So they get to the party. Just get to the party. They start mingling. Morgan already immediately like, I'm gonna go mingle. Deuces, right? But like I said, Leslie is her own person. She's fine with that. She don't need to be attached at the hip. It's never given that. So she's like, girl, do you? So she get the mingling or whatever. She go to the bar. Guess who roll up on her? Scott McKnight. And he remember her name. Come on. Stop playing. How you remember my name from one conversation at the gas station late at night? Stop it. Stop it. He knew he was low-key feeling Leslie. I don't know why he played himself. Because he the only one that he played himself. Because Leslie was doing great the whole time. Like I said. I'm team Leslie all the way. The whole time. So, yeah. He like, oh, Leslie, right. Da, da, da. So then she's like, hey, what's up? Da, da, da. They get to talking. Now here come Morgan. Talking about I really need to get going. We got to get up for the charity event tomorrow. Something about books for the kids. Da 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 da. Lying. She's lying. And they, like I said, just got to the party. For one, I'm not leaving. She's talking about you ready to go? Leslie like, for one, she's lost and confused because this wasn't even a part of the plan. They never spoke about this. She's like, what are you talking about? But she's not going to say, what are you talking about? She's just going along with it. Mistake number 2. Because, baby, when I say I would have been like, what are you talking about? You're being weird. She was being weird. And so, yeah, she was like, what are you talking about? And so then Morgan's like, yeah, we just really need to go. I really need to go. Are you ready to go? So then Leslie's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So she thanks Scott for inviting her or whatever. And they leave. And then Morgan's like, he's gonna, Scott tries to talk to Morgan. Morgan gonna say I'm just really not into dating basketball players. The lies from her mouth were endless. Endless, like, lie 2, 3, 4. She was just lying left and right. It was ridiculous. It was really a problem at a certain point. Are you a pathological liar? Like, it's giving, you need to be committed at a certain point. She was giving weird. But Leslie kept going along with it. Like I said, that was mistake number 2. I'm not going along with your lies. You're being weird. And I don't even know what you're talking about. We did not previously discuss this. I got all dressed up. I'm staying at this party. Period. So fast forward to the next day. Leslie getting ready to leave out of the house to go to work. Lo and behold, who is pulling up? Scott McKnight, because like Morgan said, he ain't never had nobody tell him no. So now he like, I really need to know this girl. Mind you, like I said, he was just feeling Leslie. I don't care what nobody say, but he was low-key feeling Leslie at that gas station, and then he remembered her name. So that's just giving me, you low-key was like, you wanted to meet me, you wanted to know me, you wanted to get to know me a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So it was just giving, he low-key was feeling Leslie, but then Morgan was like, no, so then he was like, oh, I need to have Morgan, you know? Weird. So then he finds Leslie's house, because like I said, Morgan is living with Leslie. And he like, I just really wanted to talk to Morgan. Mind you, she's upstairs asleep because she ain't got no job. She ain't got nowhere to go. She ain't got nothing to do. She has no plans on doing anything. You know what I mean? Weird. And so Leslie's like, oh, come on in. Her dad is there, and he's a big fan, so they get talking about basketball or whatever. And Leslie starts calling Morgan like, come downstairs. Somebody here for you. Da da da. Morgan looks outside, sees his nice fancy car, automatically knows it's him because of the car, right? And so she starts trying to get ready all quick. This man is waiting downstairs for you. Mind you, at the beginning of the movie, she gonna tell Leslie, you should never show a man your true self until after you've been married for 4 years. Talk about a red flag. Red flag. Do not marry this girl. She's weird. She is weird. So she's trying to get herself together because he couldn't very well see her fresh out of bed. That's so astronomical. That's crazy. Out of this world. Couldn't even imagine it. So she get to putting on makeup and everything. Taking out rollers. Now me, when you wake me up, you are getting the nitty and the gritty. It takes me about 45 minutes in total to really wake up, unless I wake up on my own. And even then, when I wake up on my own, I need a good 15-20 minutes. Like, please don't get to talking to me trying to have a conversation immediately. I don't want to talk to you right now. No disrespect. And that goes for everyone. Mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa, sister, brother. It does not matter. I need a moment. And I've always been like that. Even as a child, like, please do not get to talking to me, because you might get a head shake or a nod, but that's all you're going to get for a bit, because I just need to get it together. I need to get my wits about me, you know? So she trying to get herself together, whatever. She come downstairs talking about some Scott, like she didn't know. Baby, you knew. That's why you just did all of that upstairs. Stop playing. Stop playing. She played all day. And so then he like, yeah, I just really wanted to get to know you. I really want to take you out. Da, da, da. She's keeping up the charade. I told you yesterday I really don't date basketball players anymore. Da, 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 da. Lying. Like I said, just lying. She was a liar. And so he like, I'm different. Don't they always say that? I'm different. Okay. Whatever you say. But so he finally get her to say yes. So they start going out. Mind you, like I said, he was low-key feeling Leslie. So now Leslie just like, now I'm going ahead and head to work, because y'all being weird. So she had to work or whatever. And so Morgan starts dating Scott. And they start getting pretty serious. It turns out that they've been dating for like 3 months. And this is the first time that Leslie's seen her at their little home warming or whatever. And he decides, he gets the bright idea, I should propose. He didn't talk to talk about it with nobody, not his mama. He blindly proposed to this lady in front of his mama, didn't even like let her know. And it's like, I'm not saying he gotta like run it by his mom, but like you could have just been like, I'm gonna marry this girl. Like she not even 3 months. Three. Three, you don't even know her. You don't even know her. And like I said, she said she's not even showing her true self until 4 years into the marriage. The marriage, not even like you could date her for 4 years and you still wouldn't even know the real her. What? And you said 3 months? Yeah, she's the one. She's it. I'm in. I'm in all the way. It's wraps. So he proposes. She, of course, says yes. Mind you, she had this whole conversation with Leslie upstairs. Leslie, like, girl, she's got to talking about babies. Leslie, like, are you pregnant? She was like, no, we want to start having babies soon. Leslie said, it's been 3 months. Don't you think you should slow down? Like, you're a little ahead of yourself, babes. And she was. 3 months, you do not know this man, and he don't even know you. For all that, he could be a womanizer and a woman beater, and you don't even know. You have absolutely no clue. It's been 3 months, and you wasn't even staying with him, I would assume, for the first month. So really you was with him for the last 2 months been around him. She been going on tour, like for basketball, going to all the games, even though when she was like, she can't have these women around her man, respectfully, because these women do not care when they got somebody. It makes them want to try harder, honestly. So I respect that, but honestly, you are one of those women, so I don't. So it's like, girl, slow down. So let's be like, girl, be honest with me. Like, what's it giving? She talking about something. I'm really in love. He's changed me. Her face looks so stupid. When I tell you, I rewinded that Jones so many times. She just looks so goofy. Like, girl, I can tell that she was lying from that face alone. That face just looked like I'm lying. You are. She was lying. She had not changed. She was very much so the same Morgan, which we knew because you can't change the zebra's stripes. You know what I mean? You can paint the zebra all black, but that's still a zebra, babes. That's some knowledge for y'all. You can't change people. Period. But yeah, so we freaking get to him proposing or whatever, and so she says yes, of course. Then after the mom like I'm not mad that you didn't tell me, but I do find it quite weird because him and his mom are pretty close. So why didn't you feel like you could come to her and be like, hey mom, I'm finna marry this girl, woo woo woo, like, because maybe I feel like deep down he knew it wasn't giving that, and he knew his mom was going to base his life. And she was, because it was played by what's her name, Felice Rashad. Claire does not miss, period. That's always going to be the best black sitcom mama in my eyes, you know. Y'all know if y'all watched The Cosby Show, because that shit was my show. I used to watch that all the time, but that's beside the point. Getting back on task, baby. Okay, so after he proposed, he and her started hanging out, regular, fiance things. Mind you, now she has full-blown access to his money, which is weird to me because, as I've stated, they've known each other for 3 months. 1, 2, 3. And you're giving this woman access to your money? Could never be me. Could never be me. I'm the type that, like, if I was married, I would still want, like, a joint account and then our own separate accounts, because I don't know, I just feel like the only way that I'm comfortable. Me personally, I get comfortable when I have my own separate thing and I can do my own separate thing. I don't have to, like, you can't really be all up in my business, and like, you just never know people. Like I said, I've known people, or like I've read stories of people that have been married to like their spouse for like 10 years, 11 years, and they had a joint account, and then one day they just emptied out the account. Excuse me? So now you're stealing my money. Just doesn't sit right with me. Just doesn't sit right in my... Because when I tell you I would have to go to jail, I am going to jail. You stole my money that I work hard for. No. So yeah, she's been going on shopping sprees. She's going shopping every other day. She's going to charity events, and she's really fallen into the role of basketball wife. Like, she's really in here. She's, after 3 months, this is what she's been waiting for. This is her lifelong dream. She is ready. She's deep dives in. She's all in, for real. So he gets hurt. He's at the basketball game, the All-Stars game or whatever, and he injures his knee, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad for sure. And they take him to the hospital, and they're like, you should get used to the possibility of him like being out for the season, maybe forever or whatever. And she is only worried about his career. Like, okay, I get it, he's very passionate, but I feel like a lot of times athletes feel like they are only good for the sport that they are playing, or like any sport in general, like they're only allowed to be an athlete. That's why y'all might hear me talk about Tiana Taylor a lot. I love her, period. And if y'all don't know, she's married to a basketball player named Iman Sumter, and I like that he knows that he plays basketball. He's good at basketball. That's something he's passionate about. But that's not the only thing that he's capable of. Like, this man does music. He's on Dancing with the Stars right now. Like, he's really out here. And I really like that. Like, yes, do other things, because you're not just one entity. You're not just one thing. Like, you have other passions, and you should feel free to do those other passions. Like, yeah, basketball or football or whatever the sport is takes up a lot of your time, but if you're passionate about other things, you should definitely take the time to find time to do those other things, you know? So, excuse me, so she's immediately like, what about his career? Da, da, da. Really, all she's worried about is, what about the money I've been spending? Because she's used to spending that money. She's all in. Like I said, she's gotten used to spending all of this man's money, not working, not doing anything, just spending this man's money. So the doctor's like, get him a physical therapist. So his manager gets him a physical therapist. He gets home. He's like, I got the best physical therapist out there. It's a woman. She immediately starts turning her nose up like, a woman? Like, I can't have no woman around my man. Respectfully, like I said, because these women out here do be scandalous, but baby, you scandalous too. And if you want him to get better for his money, then let him get better. He needs the best. You know what I mean? And he just said she's the best in the business. And then when she calls Leslie and she's telling her like, this girl is weird, she all up on my man, I don't trust her. Leslie's like, she's really respected and she's actually really good. Give her a chance. She doesn't want to hear that. She does not want to hear that. So she fires the girl and hires Leslie, respectfully. So Leslie puts in her like leave of absence at work. And she's like, okay, you need me here? You want me to help you? Mind you, this is nothing that Leslie has ever done. She's never worked with like professional athletes before. She is a physical therapist, but she's never worked with like professional athletes. She just does it for like regular people, quote unquote regular people. So yeah, so she like, if you need me, I'm gonna figure it out. We'll get it together. Boom. So they freaking go. And she get there, and her first day, she get there? For one, Scott is upstairs, not with his leg elevated like the doctor told him. So you're not even doing what the doctor told you. You have doctor's orders, and he talking about some, yeah, the doctor told me. Then why isn't your leg up, babes? What are you doing? Do you not want to get better? You think it's a game? Are you not in pain? Because you, out of everyone else, should know that it is very painful because you are the one in pain. And then freaking Morgan is like, oh, he's upstairs. And she's like, you're not going to stay? She's talking about something. Oh, no, babes. I got to go to a charity event. And then she got the nerve to say, and watch out for his mother. She's a pill. Maybe she just don't like your gold digging self. You know what I mean? Like, she know what you want. Period. She know what you want, and she's not here for it. And I feel that 100%. Because, baby, if I feel like somebody is being a gold digger to somebody in my family, you're getting nothing but stink eye. I do not like you. You being weird, and I don't like that, and you playing my family member. So you got to go one way or another. But she get up there, she tells Scott put his leg up, she put the pillow under there. Then she have a conversation with the mama. She like, yeah, I know all of Scott's stats and da-da-da. Her and the mom really hit it off, which I like, because that just shows how much more compatible with Scott she was than Morgan. Like, the mom, her mom, freaking Leslie's mom, always was comparing her and Morgan. And I just feel like if you wanted to do a comparison, Leslie is way more compatible with freaking Scott than Morgan ever was, because they have literally nothing in common. You only knew that he was into charity because Leslie told you. And that's how you bagged him in the first place, acting like he was doing charity. Baby, you didn't even know. So stop. You know what I mean? Just stop. So while he's hurt, she's still out spending all his money and complaining, talking about he doesn't ever want to get out of the house. Sweetie, he's injured and going through a lot mentally, because like I said, a lot of athletes feel like they can only do athletic things. So if he, in his mind, his doctor is telling him you may not be able to be an athlete anymore, now he's going through an identity crisis. My bad. What did you say? So yeah, he's going through an identity crisis, and you're just out here like he doesn't want to leave the house. I think you're worried about the wrong thing, actually. And just spending all his money. All of his money. She's still going shopping constantly. So like I said, he is getting better, but slowly, not to the progression that Morgan felt like it should be. So she's getting really worried, like, is this man never gonna get to play basketball again? Because if so, then like, what about me? Because like I said, she's only here for the money and the status, baby. So she low-key dips off in the middle of the night. She didn't tell Leslie. She didn't tell the mama. She didn't tell Scott. She left Scott a stank little note on the side of the table with the ring that he gave her. The least she could have done was tell Leslie, because like I said, for one, that's her god sister and she brought her in. And for two, Leslie took a leave of absence for this girl. So Leslie like, what is going on? So she get up to go to check on Scott the next day. He out of it. He is in full blown depression mode. Been there, done that. So I feel it. He is full on like, I don't care about anything, but baby, you need to care about getting this knee better, because you still got to make money. You feel what I'm saying? He still needs to make money. But yeah, he's in full blown depression, so he's not really worried about that. And I feel that, like I said. So then the mom will run up the stairs talking about some, see this? Holding the note. See this? I knew she was up to no good. We don't need her, and he doesn't need you. And Leslie like, what you talking about? Because I'm just here to help him get better. You feel me? She doesn't know that freaking Morgan left in the middle of the night, because like I said, she did not tell Leslie. She gave her no heads up. So she's getting screamed at about something she had no clue about. So she like, what is this? She read the note. She like, I'm about to go find out what's going on. Lo and behold, where did Morgan go? Back to Leslie's house, because she has no house of her own and she's making these bold moves. You don't have a job, baby girl. You have no job. And then you're gonna leave me at your man's house while I'm taking care of him. You didn't give me a heads up, and you have the nerve to go back to my house? To my house? No. So she pulls up to her house and she goes upstairs and she's like, why would you do that? Like, why are you like that? Why would you do that? And Morgan wants to say, I don't want to be known as the wife to a podunk, washed up basketball player in this podunk town or something like that. I thought you just said at the beginning he changed you and you were really in love. I knew it was a lie. I knew it was a lie. I said it. Didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all it was a lie. Like, what? You don't want to be the wife of a washed up has-been in this podunk town? That's what you're going to say? Wow. Wow. Mind you, she been spending this washed up has-been's money. Baby, she had no problem doing that. She didn't care. She didn't care about it then. But now, oh no, I just can't. And Leslie's like, you are so selfish. Which she is. Because the least you could have done, like I said, was tell me that you were going to leave him. You just left me out in the dust with him. That's rude. I did this for you. Trying to help you because you my family or whatever. But yeah, so she just dips off. She just dips off, like I said. And then it's giving like I would have did if I was Leslie and my family member did that and then thought they were going to retreat back to my home and make like no. Go ahead and get all your stuff, baby. And exit, because it's wraps. It's wraps when you, babe. You gotta go. Because at that point, it's giving you don't even care about me. So if you don't care about me, why should I care about you? Why should I care about you? If you don't care about me, get out of here. You're done. Pack all your stuff. Anything you leave will be meeting the trash can, so I would advise you to get all your stuff and head on out, okay? Because I don't do that selfish stuff. I am a firm believer in treat people how you want to be treated. My daddy taught me that all the time. His favorite saying is, like, when somebody do him wrong or do me wrong, he'd be like, now you know how to carry it. And I be standing by that. I'm 10 toes behind that. No cap. Period. So, yes, I definitely would have been like, you can go ahead and get your stuff and get out. So, fast forward, she gets him to, like, get out of bed finally. He really fell down into that depression because he was really thinking they was in love. Like I said, he proposed after 3 months. They're talking about kids. He gave her access to all his money. And she just dipped. Like, when times got hard, she was like, I gotta go. So, yeah, he was real hurt. So, he fell into a pretty deep depression. He was not trying to leave the room. He started ignoring his mama. And I was just like, don't be rude to your mama because she ain't do nothing to you. And she low-key told you not to even be proposing to this girl. So, you can't be mad at her because she told you. So, yeah, he was being rude to his mama. He was being rude to everybody. He was like, Leslie, only talk to me about your job. Don't talk to me on no personal level, period. This ain't none of your business. Stay in your place, basically. And Leslie like, well, all right. So now she like, enough is enough. Because she been studying his, what's it called? What is it called? X-rays. She's been studying his x-rays and she thinks that he could really make a full recovery. So she like, if he don't start getting it going, he not going to make the full recovery that he could possibly make. And he is passionate about basketball. So if you want to be passionate about basketball, you got to be able to play basketball. In order to do that, you need to be at your best. So she like, get up. So she start pouring ice on him. Boom, boom, boom. Get up, get up. He like, get out. She like, get up. She about to pour the ice on him again. He like, okay, I'm about to get up. She take him and get him like interested in being like in therapy again or whatever. And so they start working hard, and this man is making full-blown progress. Like, he is really out here. He is really like making strides, and I'm here for it. I'm like, yeah, you gonna show this girl and you gonna be back to your regular self. And I just love that for him, right? So he gets to his first game, and he is low-key kind of hesitant, to be expected, because when you hurt your knee, I don't know if any of y'all have ever been injured, but I was in cheerleading and I used to get injured all the time, honestly. And so you're kind of hesitant to kind of like put all your weight back on that injured body part, because you remember that pain of when you did it the last time. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel it. So he was like real hesitant to like really use that knee to his fullest potential. So Leslie had to like go down there at halftime and was like talking to him like, bro, you got this. That knee is going to do everything you need that knee to do. You just got to push it. You know what I mean? And so he get out there and he started really showing out. He started really doing his thing, period. And so did they win? They won. And then everybody was so excited because now Scott McKnight is back. Yes, he made a full-blown recovery, period. So now he like, I want to take you out to dinner. And this is my favorite line that Queen Latifah says. She's like, I hope you bring your wallet, because I ain't one of them salad eating chicks, period. I love that scene for real. Like, that scene geeks me every time, because period. You know them girls that's like, oh, I'm going on a first date, I have to get so-and-so or so-and-so, I can't get this, that, and the third. I have never been one of them. I am going to eat. If I am hungry, I'm eating what I want to eat. Sometimes when I'm not always hungry, so I might get something small, something dainty. That's cute, you know? But when I'm hungry, baby, all bets are off. I'll eat pasta. Like, I'm eating freaking tacos. I don't really like pizza like that, so that's never really my like go-to thing. I love pasta. I love rice. And I'm eating that. I'm a thickie. I'm thick, baby. You feel me? So, love the carbs over here. So, I'm definitely an eating type of girl. So, I was like, yes, Queen Latifah, tell them, because we ain't out here just snacking on salads, baby. No. I'm gonna eat. She said she ordered herself a steak, period. So he go all out for the day. It was really cute. They went to go like see jazz music, live jazz music, which is cute. They both like jazz. And oh, I forgot something. So before his first game, he was nervous, so he was up playing in this room that he didn't allow Morgan into, so no one knew what was in there. Turns out it was a piano, and he was playing the piano, and then instead of like, you know, can you turn that down or can you quiet down or whatever, because it was pretty late, Leslie went in there and was like, yeah, like I know this song. Started singing with him, gave him a little snack. They low-key had a little moment, like, it was giving cute. It was giving, you're looking into my eyes, I'm looking into yours. What we finna do? You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's beside the point. That's gonna be relevant later. Not really relevant now, but I just remembered that I forgot that. So yeah. So then they at the date or whatever, and they come back. He had got her car like fully redone. It was looking real cute, and he fixed the door. Because if y'all watched the movie, she explains why she never got the door fixed, because it had a dimple on the left side, just like her grandpa did on the left side. So she didn't want to get rid of the dimple because it was the last thing that reminded her of her grandpa. And I love that. I'm a crier, so you know that part always gets to me. It really do. And I'll be like, man, I wouldn't fix that door either. So he got a way to fix the door and keep the dimple. So he got her like the butterfly doors. I'm like, yeah, y'all know that song by Young Jock, Stunting is a Habit. You ain't never seen the stunt with a butterfly doors. You know that song? Yeah. Butterfly nose, period. So yeah, he like, just promise me I'll be the first one to ride in your car. No. No. She talking about some, yeah, of course. She doesn't even know less than 12 hours from now, he gonna do her so dirty. So dirty. So they get inside, they get the kissing, and they do what grown folks do. Period. As we knew they was, because it's been a long time coming since they even met at that gas station. He was trying to smash. Okay. I stand behind that. 10 toes. He was trying to smash at that gas station. Why else would you invite a stranger to your birthday party? It was just given, he trying to get to know her. So whatever. So they get the doing what grown folks do or whatever. And yay. So then she wake up the next morning. They did what they did all night. Had deep conversations, wrapped up in that blanket. They was really giving cute. I was like, okay, that is so cute for her. I love this for her. Go Leslie. Yeah, go Leslie. That's me. Every time I watch it. And then the next morning, she wake up, he gone. And I don't like that. Because it's like, I get it, you gotta stay in training. But you could have woke her up and been like, I'm about to head out. He did leave her a little note with some breakfast, which is like, that's cute. But for one, I sleep too wild. And it's like, how long was this breakfast sitting here? And on me, it would have been all over the covers messing with me. Because like I said, I sleep wild. I roll, I tumble, I flip. I be doing whatever while I'm asleep. When I'm asleep, I am asleep. I have no clue what be going on. So yeah, they did that, and freaking, she wake up, he gone, and now she's like in bliss. She eating her breakfast in bed, giving off glow. She's happy. She's living the life in love. She been looking for a man to love, and she thinks she probably find a good one. You know what I mean? She go downstairs to take her plate back to the kitchen, whatever. Somebody at the door. Who's at the door? Morgan. Because she just seen him have a great game the night before. Now he's back. He's better. He's out here. So now she's back. And she's like, I need to talk to Scott. Let me in. Pushing her way in. If I was Leslie, I would have been like, he ain't here. She's talking about, well, Leslie did say, he ain't here. And she's talking about something. I'll wait for him. No, you won't. No, actually, you won't. And I hope you got all your stuff out my house. That's just what I would have said. Because like I said, get your stuff and get out, baby. But Leslie's like, oh, okay. Mind you, while they having a conversation, in walks Scott. And he looking like, Morgan, why are you here? Not, you need to leave. None of that. So he like, I'm gonna talk to her or whatever. So Leslie start walking off, but she's smart. She like, something seems fishy, and she already know how her cousin get down. So she start listening on the conversation behind the wall. And the god sister Morgan, she is giving full blown sob story. Wham, wham, wham. My dad left me. My mom left me. I left you because I didn't want you to leave me too. Woo, woo, woo. And Scott gonna say, I never would have left you. I love you. You just had with me. And now you're back to loving my god sister. So Leslie like, forget it. This month, she do this. That's how y'all know she was done. She was done with the bull. She like, I'm not staying around for it. She said, it's wraps. Done. So she get in her room and she start packing her stuff. She like, forget this. She didn't got dressed. She packing her stuff. She like, I'm not about to be staying around being played a fool. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Because like I said, team Leslie all the way. All the way. And so he come in while she putting her last things in. He talking about some, where you going? What you doing? She like, where am I going? What am I doing? Like, be real. Like, say what it is. You know what I mean? And he talking about some, Well, this was the woman that I was just about to marry 3 months ago. She's been through a lot to be with me. She been through a lot to be with you. Were you not the one going through the injury? Were you not the one working extra hard to get back to where you were? Was she not the one spending your money? What did she go through? What was her trials and tribulations? I'm confused. Like, break that down for me. I never understand that. Like, what did she do? She did absolutely nothing. She's done nothing to be with you. She does not care. You're an idiot. So Leslie, like, boy, I'm not about to stick around and be played. So she like, boy, I'm leaving. I'm not staying around to be your special friend and your homie and all of that. Like, all of that is wraps. It's done. I'm done. I'm headed out. You feel well. So I'm going back to work. I'm going back to my house. I'm going back to my regular job. It's wraps. So he like, don't do this. She dip off. She in the car crying. I feel that every time because she really was feeling this man. They had gotten a little bond. They got real close or whatever, and they just had. And now she feeling real used. Like, you really tried to play me, my guy, and I don't like that. He really tried to play Leslie. Like, you just, like I said, 12 hours, not even 12 hours. Couldn't even be 12 hours later. He did her so dirty. So he started dating Morgan again. And they go out to a little sushi spot or whatever. And she gonna have the nerve to say, what she say? She gonna have the nerve to say, I hope it's not too presumptuous of me, but this wedding venue that they have been looking at prior had an opening for like a couple months from then or something like that. And she was like, I went ahead and put her name on the list. I hope that's okay. And he was like, you're right. Way too soon. Like, we just got back together 2 seconds ago after you dipped off in my dire time of need. I needed you. I thought you was my ride, my die. And you left. You left me. She left him in the middle of the night. No word. And you're talking about getting married again, baby. We are not there anymore. We need to get to know each other again. Because he's got his wits about him now. And he's like, I don't know this girl. Duh. You never knew this girl, dummy. Just dumb. This is dumb. So he like, yeah. And then she gonna have the nerve to get mad. Talking about something, if you're not really in it, just go ahead and tell me that. Because I don't want to get married to you ASAP early. Stop. Red flag. Like, she was giving out all the red flags and he was not picking up on any of it. It was getting weird. So he's like, girl, I need time. And if you can't give me that, bounce. She like, okay. Giving out fake. Okay. So while he's going on his first date, Leslie is out here getting offers from other like professional teams. She got offers from like the Lakers, the Celtics, like a whole bunch of different teams or whatever. But she's always wanted to work for the Nets. Like, she loves the Nets. That's her team. That's her go-to. That's her home team. She's from, New York. That's her. She's with the Nets. The Nets give her an offer, but now she don't want to work for the Nets because that's the team that Scott works for. He plays for them. And she like, I don't want to be playing for this man. He already tried to play me. You know what I mean? So I feel it. She like, damn, he really like ruined my home team for me, and I don't like that. So she like started going to other places to look, and she go to Chicago to look at their team and their facility and stuff. And while she's there, but like when she's on her way there, the mom gonna say, why would you go all the way over there when you have the offer to play for your Nets? You running for something. And then Leslie's like, I'm not running from anything. She is. She is running from something. She's running from Scott. But, well, Scott and Morgan, if we're being honest, because I wouldn't want to be around Morgan either. But, yeah, she's running. But the mom should probably, like, mind her business at that point. And then she like, you fell in love with that man being Scott. And she like, he was never. And then Leslie was talking about some, don't worry, Mom, that man ended up with the girl that he was supposed to end up with. What does that even mean? What is the definition of who you're supposed to end up with? Who even knows who you're supposed to end up with? Everybody is so different. Humans in general are so complex that I feel like you can never just look at somebody or know what somebody is interested in and be like, oh, you and so would be good together. Because you just really never know. You don't know if their interests will mesh together, their personalities, their tolerance levels for things. Like, you just never know. So it's just like, how are you even saying that, Mom? And then the dad's like, if he's too blind to see what he had, period. That's the first time he really spoke up. And even then, it was giving lackluster. Say it with your chest, Dad. Speak up. Mean it. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he was real too lackadaisical. He was just really like, that man should love you. Like, no. Like, tell the mom, like, you need to chill out. You doing too much. And I don't like that. I will leave you. Period. I don't care. So yeah, so while she flies out to Chicago, she's looking at the facility, and while she's out there, he is doing an interview, and the interviewer is like, what made you really get back? Like, this is remarkable, because he got back really quicker than normal, honestly. And he was like, Leslie really willed him back to life, like back to the game. Honestly, she did, because like I said, he fell into depression and he really wasn't caring about anything. He did not care. So had it not been for Leslie, would you even be still playing basketball? And then you have the nerve to trade up on me? So he finally realized, it clicks. Dang, I love this girl. She is it for me. She was really my rider and my dyer during my time of need. Meanwhile, the girl that I'm with that came to this interview with me, she dipped. So he like, I gotta go do something. And he get the pass in Morgan. She's talking about, I know. I don't care. And then she tells him like she's in Chicago. And so he flies to Chicago. Leave my good sis alone with your toxic energy. She's trying to be great out here in these streets, and you just out here nitpicking. Leave her alone. So he flies to Chicago, and he like, I love you, giving her like the whole spiel. I love you. I'll move to Chicago if this is where you want to be. Woo. And she like, girl, boy, you only want to be with me because you found out that Morgan isn't real, which is true. Because had you never even seen her true colors, you would have married Morgan. And later down the road, dang, y'all would have got the divorce. So now you're really trying to play me. And you really played me because you took her back the day after we had sex. I'm just saying, me personally, I would have made him work for it a little bit harder, baby. Because you really tried it. And I have to tell you, I am not the one to be tried. He would have been mad with me. So yeah. But all ends well. They end up together. And then at the end, she ends up working for the Nets. And they're married. Which is cute. And I like the movie. Like I said, that movie is great. But I mean, so let's talk about it. So the true villain, the mama. I feel like the true villain of the whole movie was really the mom, because that's your daughter. And you're really out here like downplaying her, and like, I didn't like that. And then the second true villain, the god sister, because that's supposed to be your god sister. Like, I don't play about my family, especially like my sister. I do not play about my sister, and my sister is a baddie. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture, but she is a bad bitch. So I don't play about mine. So I would never be like, oh, you can never get so and so, because I know people in this family, my family, we can bag whoever, whenever, at any time. Okay, Never get it twisted. Even on my worst, I can have yours if I want it. And that's on wet. Period. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I am really enjoying this segment because I love watching movies, especially movies like this, because like I said, this is one of my favorite movies, honestly. And so yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. Stay tuned because I'll be back with another banger.